What's up, Scorpio? Welcome back to Grizzly Tarot. My name is Dan. I'm here to do your bi-weekly general reading. Now, these readings are general in the sense that A, they will not resonate to every single one of you. There's a bajillion Scorpios in the world, so, can only resonate to so many. And also, B, in the sense that I don't focus this reading on anything. It's really just whatever spirit feels the message needs to be said to you. So I'm just going to lay out the cards, say what the cards mean, you apply it to your story, okay? Some of you, it could be a relationship reading. Others, it could be a friendship reading, a career reading, family reading, anything, right? So however it resonates to you. I'm just going to say the meanings of the cards. If you guys would like to purchase a personal reading, down in the description below is my email. Also, if you guys want to follow my Instagram, that's down there too. But you can send me an email at grizzlytarot@gmail.com and I'll get you hooked up with a personal reading. So let's just jump right into it. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Yes. This will resonate to those with Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising signs, okay? If you don't know what that is, also linked in the description is where you can find your natal chart and you can find out what all your signs are. So, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, 12 cut across, whatever's going on in your situation. Oh, Jesus. If I can shuffle. And 2. That is not 1. 1 is the last one. There we go. I was like, wait, what? That's a lot. Why is that all there? What is this? Okay, so one thing I started doing is when I split the deck, if cards pop out like here, if I split the deck and 2 cards go like that, or just like slip out a little bit, I take them and I put them to the side. So far, they've resonated. So far. Okay? Now, this could be different messages that you need to hear, or it could be completely correlating to this spread right here. I think this is correlating to this spread right here, but we will see. So, basically what you have, these 4 cards that came out, you have the Queen of Swords, the 5 of Wands in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Basically, the way I'm seeing it is you're cutting out a situation that was just full of conflict, you were unhappy in, and you're just giving up the fight with it because you're like, this is not worth my time or energy. I'm looking at this from a logical standpoint. I'm no longer emotional about it. I'm just realizing like it is not worth fighting. I don't want to fight. I just want to, basically you're folding your cards and you're like, nope, I'm done. I'm getting out of the situation. It does not make me happy. It does not bring me any joy. It just drains me and makes me uncomfortable. All right. So that's a message for some. It can either, like I said, resonate with this spread or, why is this so crooked? It can either resonate with this spread or it just is a separate message. So take it however it applies. So this spread, what I have right here in front of me is basically about, I think you're no longer putting time and effort into things, into a certain situation, and you're more putting time and effort into what you want and what, I guess yourself, either yourself or just what you want, what you're going for. Because the undertone in the read, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles followed by the High Priestess in the reverse. So whatever the situation is, you're withdrawn from it. You're getting away from it and you're focusing on like working towards your goals and like what you want, okay? So in your current situation, you have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. You're currently releasing whatever burden's been weighing you down, okay? You're getting all this tension and all these burdens, all these wands that you've been carrying. You're like, nope, dropping it. It's not worth my time and energy anymore, right? Which is great. You shouldn't be carrying all this shit on your shoulders anyway. Your challenge card is the 4 of Cups. So your challenge is to really like reevaluate things. The 4 of Cups is a card of contemplation, evaluation, like kind of meditation, but like taking the time out to figure out like what you want, because as you see in the card, he has 3 cups sitting in front of him and he's being offered a 4th. Now he's trying to decide, do I want that 4th cup? Am I happy with these 3? Do I want that 4th one? Like, what's in that 4th one? Is it worth it? So your challenge is to really reevaluate the situation and reevaluate, I guess, your priorities right now. And I want to say that just because of how many cards I'm seeing right now where you're just focused on yourself, okay? Because the undertone of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles, where you're focusing on working towards your goals. Your internal influence, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the completely independent card, where you're just worried about yourself. You're self-sufficient, or like this is what you think at least, is that you're self-sufficient. You're completely independent, whether financially or emotionally or whatever. Pentacles is usually material things, so financially, but basically where you're in this energy of, I don't need anybody else. I'm worried about myself. I'm focusing on my goals. Okay. And whatever the situation is that you're currently releasing the burden of, your goal is to not put your energy into it anymore. Your goal here is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You don't want to keep pouring your energy into something that's not reaping the rewards that you really want. Okay. So in the past, you have the Six of Cups, which talks about dealing with someone from the past. Okay. But like more in a positive light. So it can be like thinking about the childlike wonder, like happy memories with this person or the situation. Like basically there were happier times in the past than there are now. There was like an equal give and take. Something with boundaries I keep hearing. There was like healthy boundaries. Is that what I want to say? I don't know why I got boundaries. Sixes I always think of boundaries. But so basically, like, there were happier times in the past, but now, whatever the situation is, you're releasing it. You're like, I don't need to dwell on this anymore. I don't need to hold it anymore. It's not my burden to carry, okay? So, like I said, your goal is to not pour your energy into this because you feel your energy is best suited elsewhere, right? Now, what's driving that is the Emperor in the reverse. So there's a flip side to this. The Emperor in the reverse can either be you are relinquishing all control and you're like, I don't have control in the situation. I don't need to control the situation. So you know what? I'm just going to let it go and go with the flow and not try and control the situation. The other side of it could be is you're overly controlling the situation to your detriment. Where like, you're like, nope, I'm not putting my time and effort in this because I need control. And if I don't have control over this, then I don't want to put my time into it because I can't control it. Okay. So again, apply it to your story, however it resonates to you. See how it goes, okay? But this whole spread is really like self-oriented, like super self-oriented. Because even in your near future coming up, you have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So that can be unrequited love, where like you love somebody, they don't love you back, or somebody loves you and you don't love them back. Or it can be rejecting a love offer, or it could be giving yourself self-love. And I think this is, for most of you, or the ones who like so far it's been hitting really well, this is self-love. Okay, this is where you're just pouring all your heart and soul into yourself instead of giving it to other people and working towards love with other people. Okay, you're just like, nope, I need to give myself self-love and work on myself. Because again, your internal influence, you have Nine of Pentacles, which is literally the card of independence, of like being self-sufficient and being on your own. So you're just like, nope, I'm self-sufficient. I don't need anybody. I'm happy how I am, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So now your external influence, this could be the person you're dealing with. This could be the people you're dealing with. This could just be the energy around you. Okay. Like, sure, you could be sitting there like, oh, I'm happy on my own. I'm doing good, blah, blah, blah. But you could have this energy around you where like you feel it creep up every so often that like you're not happy. You're still a little upset. Okay. It's the Five of Cups. And I think that's why this is like, for some of you, sure, this is another person or like other people, but I really think this is just an energy around you that like creeps up every so often because sure, you're in the zone of where like, I'm perfectly fine. I'm doing my own thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm working towards myself. I'm releasing this burden, but part of releasing that burden is part of why I'm saying like, I feel like it's an energy around you that like creeps up on you and it's like, hey, you're still a little bit upset about this. Hey, this situation still upsets you. Like that type of thing, right? Because that's basically the Five of Cups, where you're sitting there being upset over the loss of something, not acknowledging that there's still something like to be happy about, but just dwelling over the loss, okay? It's a card of loss, grief, sadness, sorrow. So now your hope here, you have the Eight of Wands. That can be two things. You could be hoping for communication from someone. You could be hoping to hear from someone, or the other side of it is you're hoping just to keep moving forward. It's a card of fast-paced movement, okay? Now that, like I said, could either be communication or just movement forward. And like I said, you are dropping this burden. So like for most of you, it's probably you're just hoping like to keep moving on and keep moving forward and just worry about yourself and go, right? Excuse me. Now your fear here is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Your fear is, for those of you that this is a person that you're dealing with, your fear is coming out of the cold with them. Like basically coming back together with them. The Five of Pentacles is where like you're left out in the cold. You're feeling left out and abandoned by someone. In the reverse, it's coming out of that abandonment, coming back together, okay? So you fear coming back together with this person. You fear coming out of like that abandonment mode with this person, whether it's you who's left out in the cold or them who's left out in the cold. Like you fear coming together with them. And for you, those of you that it's not a specific person, just whatever the situation is, okay? You fear getting sucked back into it and not leaving it, basically. Not leaving it out in the cold. Okay, so what your outcome is here, you have the Four of Wands, which talks about stability. Okay, your outcome is finding that stability and finding that centered groundedness within yourself. It also is a card of, like, it could be a card of marriage. It could be a card, like, it's known as the 1111 card. Just like celebrations, happy, harmonious things, right? So whatever this situation is, there is a positive outcome. It's going to be stable. It's going to be balanced. There could be a celebration. There could be a marriage. Who knows for some of you. And anything else I want to say with that? No, I think that's pretty straightforward. There's going to be a happy ending no matter what. Like, you're going to find your own, like, stability, your own happiness. For those of you, you could be finding, like, a new person, somebody to really like settle down with and be comfortable with. But your advice, wow, I keep saying, I need to stop that. Sorry guys. I just heard myself say it 5 times. I need to stop. So your advice here is the Knight of Cups, okay? Drive forward towards what you're passionate about. So for those of you that this isn't a relationship reading, whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever makes you happy, whatever you're emotionally invested in or emotionally makes you happy, go towards that. Okay, and do that. Leave this old situation behind. Drop the burdens. Like I said, your challenge card is to reevaluate and reprioritize and figure out what it is that you truly want. So figure it out what it is that you want and go for it. Same thing for those with this being a relationship spread. This is clearly not about wanting to not pour energy into a relationship that isn't going anywhere. Okay, and you need to figure out what kind of person, what kind of relationship you do want to go towards. And your advice is just saying, go forth. Go find someone, okay? Figure it out what kind of person it is that you want. Or maybe this is like you're juggling 2 people, or maybe you're juggling if you want to be with a certain person, okay? Figure it out what it is you actually want and then go towards it, okay? Follow your heart, but also use your brain. So, Scorpio, like I said, okay, I just forgot about these 4 cards. Like I said, I think this is perfectly correlated to this whole spread, is you don't want to put your energy into anything that like causes you conflict and makes you unhappy, and you're just giving up the fight and you're like, no, I'm cutting it out. So that's what I feel like a lot of this reading is about. But again, it doesn't have to be. That could just be a separate message for some. But anyway, guys, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like the video, give me a comment down below, let me know what you thought. If you didn't, it just wasn't your story, check back in a week or so when I post another Scorpio video. And yeah, guys, like I said, if you would like to purchase a personal reading, feel free to send me an email, grizzlytarot@gmail.com, and I'll get you set up with a personal reading. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.